The downtown office of Apex Tech looked like any other on a rainy Tuesday morning. Polished floors reflected the harsh fluorescent lights, and the hum of printers and soft clicking of keyboards filled the open space. On the surface, it was a company functioning smoothly. A team of highly skilled employees, a meticulous manager, and clients who trusted them implicitly. But beneath the glossy surface, subtle cracks had begun to form, cracks that few would notice until it was far too late. At the heart of the office was Martin Cole, the regional manager. Martin had earned a reputation as both a strict leader and an innovative strategist. His team respected him, though some quietly feared his sharp tongue and unpredictable moods. Unbeknownst to most, Martin had been receiving complaints from higher-ups about inefficiencies and missed deadlines, and he had grown increasingly suspicious that not all of his team were pulling their weight, or worse, were undermining him from within. Determined to uncover the truth, Martin devised a plan. He would go undercover within his own team. He created a false identity, a temporary consultant named Elliot Grant, complete with a fabricated resume and LinkedIn profile. The idea was simple: observe, document, and identify the weak links and ethical breaches without tipping anyone off. What he didn't anticipate, however, was just how deep the deception and the danger ran. Elliot Grant's first day on the floor was unremarkable. Most employees glanced at him with mild curiosity, while a few offered polite greetings. Martin's eyes, however, scanned every interaction. He noted subtle gestures, the way some employees checked their phones during client calls, the casual dismissiveness of certain team members, and a few unusually private conversations near the break room. Small, seemingly innocent behaviors, yet they carried a weight he couldn't ignore. By midweek, the tension began to mount. Martin witnessed a junior developer, Caitlin, sneaking into the HR files room late at night. She appeared nervous, frequently glancing over her shoulder, and was clutching a folder labeled Personnel Records. Martin's heart raced. Was she planning sabotage or simply curious? The answer wouldn't reveal itself immediately, and Martin had to resist the urge to confront her directly. Observation, he reminded himself, was the only way to uncover the truth. Then there was David, a senior analyst with a reputation for charm and ingenuity. David had been praised publicly for his results, but Martin noticed discrepancies in the reports he submitted. Numbers didn't always add up, and some project logs appeared edited after initial submission. Watching from the sidelines, Martin realized that David often took liberties with his work in ways that could jeopardize the company's credibility. But the full extent of David's actions remained unclear. He was clever enough to cover his tracks, and Martin needed proof. As days turned into a week, Martin began piecing together a disturbing pattern. A small group of employees, emboldened by lax supervision, were bending the rules, falsifying work logs, hiding errors in client reports, and even taking credit for others' work. Each act, minor on its own, combined into a growing web of deception that threatened not only Martin's reputation but the integrity of the company itself. One Friday evening, Martin decided to push his undercover experiment further. Posing as Elliot, he scheduled an unofficial team gathering at a local coffee shop, claiming it was an opportunity to get to know the consultant. Most of the team showed up, and over lattes and muffins, their facades began to crumble. Caitlin, still nervous, admitted she had been trying to uncover salary discrepancies and employee grievances to protect herself and a few friends in the office. David, ever the smooth talker, casually joked about managing the numbers in ways that sounded harmless at first but hinted at deliberate manipulation. It was during this casual meeting that Martin noticed the critical moment, the turning point that revealed the full scope of the betrayal. A discussion about project deadlines escalated when an employee, frustrated and uninhibited in the absence of senior management, admitted to intentionally delaying reports to make themselves look indispensable. The group laughed, unconcerned with the ramifications of their actions. Martin's stomach turned. This wasn't minor bending of rules. It was a coordinated effort to manipulate outcomes and secure personal advantage. The revelation forced Martin to act, but carefully. Confronting employees without evidence could backfire, yet exposing the truth required proof. Over the next few days, he documented every action, recorded conversations discreetly, and compiled reports of each ethical breach. The picture that emerged was shocking. A significant portion of the team had been complicit, knowingly violating policies and misleading management. When Martin finally revealed himself, the reactions were immediate and intense. Caitlin broke down in tears, explaining her motives and apologizing for crossing boundaries. David attempted to rationalize his behavior, claiming it was just business and that everyone bent the rules in some way. Others alternated between anger, denial, and shame. The office, once calm and orderly, erupted into chaos as trust fractured and loyalty was questioned. In the weeks that followed, the consequences of Martin's undercover operation reshaped the company. Several employees were terminated, some were reassigned, and those who remained faced stringent oversight and retraining. Morale initially dipped, but the clarity and accountability ultimately strengthened the organization. Martin's gamble had revealed the uncomfortable truth. Hidden beneath everyday routines were ethical lapses and personal agendas that, if left unchecked, could have destroyed the company from within. The story of Apex Tech serves as a cautionary tale about human behavior in organizational settings. Even highly skilled, professional teams are vulnerable to deception and ethical compromise when oversight is minimal. It highlights the delicate balance between trust and verification, and the moral dilemmas that arise when individuals prioritize self-interest over collective responsibility. Martin's undercover experiment also left him with a personal reflection. While the experience uncovered shocking behavior, it underscored the importance of leadership, vigilance, and empathy. Observing the actions of his team through the lens of Elliot Grant forced him to confront not only their flaws but the blind spots in his own management style. Leadership, he realized, wasn't just about strategy or authority. It was about understanding human psychology, anticipating vulnerabilities, and creating a culture where honesty and accountability were valued above convenience or personal gain. In the end, Apex Tech emerged stronger, but the memory of the undercover week lingered. Employees remained aware that trust must be earned, and that hidden truths, no matter how carefully concealed, have a way of surfacing. The story stands as a testament to the complexities of human behavior in the workplace, the ethical lines people choose to cross, and the courage required to confront uncomfortable truths. It is a story that leaves viewers questioning. How well do we really know the people we work with? How often do small compromises turn into significant betrayals? And what measures are truly necessary to maintain integrity in environments where human nature is unpredictable? In the end, the revelation was clear. Sometimes, the only way to discover the truth is to step into the shadows yourself and witness what others are willing to do when they believe no one is watching.